video series. Today, I am talking about how to develop strong self-esteem. When I look at the patterns of questions and comments in the chats after these videos, there's been one distinct common theme. It's about self-esteem, confidence, and how to strengthen those. So I'm going to start with discussing self-esteem. But before I do that, let me let you know that I am not a therapist. I do not do therapy sessions. I do energy psychology. And if you are interested in energy psychology, then you should know that energy psychology is the repatterning of your energy field to be in alignment with your soul. Your heart, mind, body, soul all work in alignment together. That's how you align with your life purpose. I do not do therapy. However, a lot of the repatterning has to happen around traumas and pain and places where we're incongruent. So that's what I help people do. And and when you have alignment, you have greater peace within, which is why I guide people to peace. Because when we have peace within, the inside is what creates the outside, not the outside creating the inside. So once you got that straight, life becomes much easier. So when you have strong self-esteem, this means that you know who you are. You know who you are, you know what you are, and you know how you serve. When you know those things at the core of who you are, inside of you, you have what's called strong self-esteem. When those things are not known, or maybe you know pieces but parts, but you don't know the whole thing, you will have a weakened self-esteem. Any weakness in your self-esteem will impact how you walk through the world, how your relationships develop, and how you are able to build connections. So for example, somebody who has a lot of insecurities will also have a very weak self-esteem. Those two go hand in hand. Now, do they always have to? No, because as you have greater depth in self-esteem, knowingness of who you are, and it's not dependent on what you are seeing in the outside world, you're not insecure at all, and you have less fears, if at all, because usually when you have self-esteem, you have a greater knowingness of how you are safe and protected and guided. When you are insecure, you have a lot of fears, you have a lot of doubts, you have a lot of questions, which are not bad, but if those questions are leading you outside of yourself, meaning why are they doing that? What is she doing over there? Does she like me? Does he like me? You know, those are all mind games that people get stuck in because they have a weak self-esteem. So when you are looking to build a stronger sense of self-esteem, this is going to require more than just reading. It's going to require a deep dive into the truths of who you are. This will be in alignment to what's called the truth frequency. The truth frequency does not and cannot be accessed outside of you. It can only be accessed when you go deep dive in yourself. So you want to say to yourself and ask the question, who am I? But you don't want to just ask the question, you want to go find the answers. Who are you? And your answers are going to be different than my answers, just like my husband's answers are going to be different than my answers. Our purpose is different in this life. Our activities and how we are expressing is different in this life. So of course our answers are going to be different. Who are you? Who am I? And then get the answers. Sit with yourself, write down the answers. Go back, reflect on it, see if you get something more when you start to go into those questions. Who am I? Answer that question. Who am I? How do I serve? What is my service to? That's bigger than like who is my avatar of my clients, right? I am in service to humanity. Okay, what is it that I do? How do I serve? I serve by raising consciousness. Well, most people don't even know what consciousness is, you know. So, but I know what I do. So it's super important for to know who you are, to know what you are, and how you serve. Who, what, and how. And if, when you know those answers within yourself as solid and true, you will have a stronger self-esteem, because then the searching stops, the seeking stops, and then the expressions just come much more naturally. So, it's a repeated question in the chats about self-esteem. So a lot of people struggle with self-esteem, and they get self-esteem confused with self-awareness, and self-awareness confused with self-development, self-development confused with self-confidence. And really, you know, there's a lot that goes into self-mastery. Okay. Hi, Wendy. Yay. Good to see you. So, self-esteem. Know who you are, what you are, and how you serve. Don't just ask the question, go get the answers. That's the gist of how to build strong self-esteem. Now, everybody might answer different. That's okay. So I'm just going to go and see any questions here that are legitimate questions worth answering. Yes, Andy says, show the inside out. Yes, that's the reflection, right? Everything is just a reflection. Andy, great short way of saying what I'm saying here, but the inside world reflects the outside world. So when you're feeling insecure and lacking confidence, and you have low self-esteem, which a lot of people don't know what esteem is. Like, you can read about it, but it's best to feel about it. You know, I think a lot of people get so stuck in the intellectual, just intellectualizing stuff, that they forget that they are here to have an experience. I do experiential learning. Every single client session that I have is a different experience for the person. At least I believe it is. It is for me. Because I believe experiential learning, it gets into our cells. It changes us at a cellular level. When we're reading and intellectualizing, we're not growing at the same rate that we could be growing. So yes, we reflect from the inside out, Andy. Thank you so much for saying that. That's beautiful. Okay. West Cruz is saying, once you must be sneaky like a snake and cunning like a mongoose to get ahead in this world. Oh, hi, Eric. I see you commented below. Hello, Eric. So thank you for being here, Eric. You always make me smile. You're so consistent to these videos, and I so appreciate that about you. Thank you. I'm not sure how to interpret that, West, but so when I see the snake, to me, snake energy is it's an energy. It's not just a snake. And it's also reptilian, which is also an energy. So when I read things like that, I think multidimensionally about compositions of energies. So thanks for sharing that and giving us a new perspective. I have some intimate experiences with people who hold that snake energy, and you know, it's not a bad energy, but it's not one of my favorites, and definitely they do not like to be shocked. And when you're somebody like me who usually shocks people with things I say or things I do or something I might ask, that doesn't work well with that constitution. It's called Lachesis constitution, and it's a snake energy. Anyways, if you're interested, that's what that is. Homeopathic. Hi, Linda. Hi, Annika. Anikit. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Okay. Vinkash Kumar is asking, how do I get rid of those thoughts? Well, first of all, and you're already trying to get rid of something that you don't know what it is. And I think I understand what you're saying is that you have some looping, repeating thoughts. And I address those directly in the peace program that I offer. But the self-esteem will help you to be more grounded in who you are. The, a lot of the thoughts that people are experiencing that are repeating and that are unpleasant are what I consider implanted or inorganic. They're not really even their own. But because they don't know who they are, they accept those thoughts as their own. And then, unfortunately, for many people, it becomes part of their identity. So I don't know if you're familiar. This was going on like a year or two ago, where people were basically saying, "Well, they were putting in their profiles that they owned that they were anxiety, and they were stating such in that they're anxious, dyslexic, and they were putting all these labels of diagnosis." Oh, it was one of the most insane things. And you are not what you think. I know our thoughts can be powerful, and they absolutely do turn into matter, which is why you must know who you are, what you are, and how you serve. Answer those questions. Do a deep dive. You're going to have more than one answer to those questions. Know what those answers are, because that will help you discern what are your natural thoughts and what are not. And, my goal is to have thoughts that are in alignment with the natural laws, thoughts and beliefs that are in alignment with the natural laws. And if I start to notice myself believing something that I know is inorganic and is not a real belief that's grounded in truth, I call it out and I release that. And you can't release that without awareness. But you have to know what you're aligning to. And if you don't know who you are, it's very difficult and challenging to align. So I hope this is helpful. Nicolo, it requires results. What requires results? Somebody's asking where I'm from. I live in California. How do you say my name? You say my name, Kiana Sage. Johnny says, this is your dad. Stop this. You're embarrassing the family. Johnny, my dad, first of all, is dead. Second of all, my dad could not be more proud of how I am doing exactly what he thought I would be doing. Only we didn't know back then how that was going to manifest and what that was called, but we knew what it was. And I am doing exactly as my dad would have dreamed. And he would be just beyond proud that I'm giving people real, authentic, full of integrity resources so they can know who exactly they are. But thank you for that comment. Christian Chandon says, "You're very nice, so sweet." Oh, thank you. Somebody's asking me where am I from and how old am I? And I'm asking, what does that have to do with anything? Old enough to know. How about that? English speaking, strong and very nice. Okay. Wanda. Well, Wanda is saying that I look like Celine Dion. I don't think so, but okay. You know, we're all entitled to our ideas of things. Stephen, what is this? Stephen says, what is this channel about? Are you trying to be a guru? I am not trying to be a guru. I am a master of myself, and I help other people find themselves. And I think anybody who's calling themselves a guru, run the other way. I don't profess to know all the answers, but I do have some answers. And I certainly promote people going where they resonate. And if you don't resonate with what I'm saying, keep it moving. You know, life is good. Fragment, good to see you here. Ask yourself, who do you serve and your self-esteem will grow? Is this what you tell your plantation workers? No, I don't have a plantation worker. And I think that's not a very nice comment if I were to understand that. But let me see. I think you're looking at this fragment from a literal perspective instead of, you're looking very limited. And what I would suggest is when you ask, who am I? Who am I? What am I? And how do I serve? You want to look bigger than what are you doing? You know, you want to look bigger than the microcosm. You want to go to the macrocosm. Like, who are you really? And if you have ever read anything, like there's a book called The Long Walk Home by Nelson Mandela. I think Fragment, you might be interested in that book. Oh, somebody says I have a beautiful nose. Thank you. I'm one of the few in California that didn't get a nose job. Stephen is asking, who gets confused with those terms? Many people. Many people get confused. You would be very surprised. Chama says, I'm insecure. Well, Chama, that is a good awareness to know that you have insecurities. I think it's very common for people to have insecurities. What I would ask you to do is to really challenge those, like, and don't make it who you are. Challenge those ideas that make you doubt who you can be. And I think doubt can be a great invitation to go within. At least that's what I offer people as a, you know, when they're doubting themselves, like see that as an invitation to go in even deeper and find out what fears are there that need to be addressed so you can release them. What do you need to release that needs to be healed so you don't have to feel insecure? Because that's not a pleasant experience, although I do understand a lot of people are attached to pain and suffering. Chana, I hate myself. I would suggest that you're thinking those thoughts that I hate myself because you don't know who you truly are. So why don't you ask yourself, who am I? What am I? And how do I serve? And see what answers you get before you say thoughts that are just going to completely destroy your energetic congruence. Hate is such a strong emotion, and it really bounces back hard. Like, I know I've had people that had and do have hateful thoughts to me that they bounce off of me. They don't impact me, but they impact that person, and they're very dangerous to your health, physical health, mental health, emotional health. Hate is toxic. So it's a very strong frequency, and I would figure out how to use that strong frequency to go deeper within yourself, to find those glimmers of things that you really do like about yourself and start to focus there. So where your attention goes, things grow. So if you're focused on what you don't like, you're going to see more of what you don't like. If you focus on what you do like, you're going to shift your attention and you're going to shift how energy flows. Chandon says, like. Such a perfect beauty made by God. Thank you. Yes, I agree. We all are. Try. Stephen, I answered your question. I'll answer it again. Stephen is asking me if I'm trying to be a guru. The answer is no. I am helping people to align with themselves. I'm not trying to be a guru. If you want to use that language, that's not language I use. I do not think that there are gurus. I think that's a hierarchy of a system that is not in alignment with the law of one. To be very honest, that is not in alignment with the law of one. And that's what I follow. That's what I believe. That's what I'm aligned to. That's what my beliefs are aligned to. And if you are aligning to guru-esque ways of being, that's totally up to you. If you think that helping people to understand themselves and to find and to learn about themselves more is guru-esque, I would ask you to relook at that. Why don't I use AirPods or headphones? I'm using headphones because I do not like the wireless Bluetooth ones. Just a preference. Oh, wow! There's a big beetle. Do you see it? Ah! Go. Okay. There's a lot of fig trees in an area, and these beetles love them. Having self-esteem would let you question observations without losing what is true. Account email. Yes. Being a master observer is beautiful, and having strong self-esteem allows people to be more easily able to access observer consciousness, and also, to take it a step further, compassionate witnessing, which is, a big thing that will help all of us if we were to be much more compassionate. Somebody's saying I have male DNA. You don't know very much about DNA, do you, Adita? We all hold masculine and feminine energies. Some of us hold them stronger than others. Okay. Looking for questions. Aaron says these are a lot of meaningless words that add up to nothing. Okay, Aaron, keep it moving. You don't need to comment or be here any longer. Okay. Somebody said they had strong self-esteem, and they actually have no self-esteem if they had to write what they wrote. So people who write these types of things in here are absolutely insane. Will try, need advice. Human nature's in touch with their feminine side, and put painted nails. Yeah, I would say that's painted nails does not mean you're in touch with your feminine side, but it's nice to have nails. That's actually a socialization and an indoctrination. But, you know, I'm not opposed to having nice nails. I just don't want to go get them done. I hate sitting in the nail salon. I find it very much a waste of my time. I just don't enjoy it. Will Try is the black sheep of the family. Hey, welcome to the club. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any other questions here. Somebody's asking about my religion. I get asked about my religion all the time on here. What part of I am aligned to the natural laws of the law of one? That is the natural laws of God. I am not buying into any dogma. I don't need some hierarchical religion to tell me what to believe. And I challenge you all who are following these religions that if you like it, go do research. Know more about it. Get to know what they're saying about who you truly are. That's a really good thing to invest your time and energy into. But if you're looking for somebody that aligns with religion, that's not me. Well, that depends on what you believe about ethnicities. Praise God, not religion. Amen. All right, you all. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me. And remember to know the answers to who you are, what you are, and how you serve. When you know deeply what those answers to those questions, don't just keep asking the question repeatedly over and over and over again. Get the answers, write them down, look at them, reflect on them, go do something else, come back to them, but do the exercise. You will feel so much better about yourself. And remember, my name is Kiana Sage, and I guide people to peace. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.